Greetings, YouTube. Today we're going to talk about this, a Wrangler fleece hoodie. Now I picked this up because I read a decent review about it online, and the person who did the review said it was only 28 bucks and it was being sold through Walmart. So I went to Walmart that week, and they actually didn't have any because I guess I got the "we're changing seasons" thing. So I came home and I did a search online, and they were selling them on the Walmart website, and they were selling them on this website for 18 bucks, I think, and even with shipping, I paid 24. So I got this for less than the retail price in the brick and mortar store, so I was kind of happy about that. And it was available in brown, dark black, or something else. It was like very few colors that were in my size because I like an extra large, and I kind of wanted something that wasn't really dark. The sweatshirt I had been wearing consistently for my going to and from work sweatshirt was a dark, very dark blue, and I wanted something that was different. So I got this one. Let me roll my desk tape of my desk in here. So this is a pretty standard setup for a sweatshirt. You know, got pockets. They're good sized. I can easily fit my phone in here. There's the Wrangler logo. Fleeced, got an interior pocket. Let me put my phone stand down so I can slide this in there. And it is made out of a stretchy material, which means that it doesn't have there's no zip or anything, so sometimes it can be a little difficult getting it in. I don't want to overly stretch it because I'm afraid if I really push it a lot, I don't want to stretch the material out and have it get too sloppy. You know what I mean? But it is good, and it's holding a Samsung A71 quite securely. Putting it in when I'm sitting down is a little more problematic. The angle seems to be weird, but standing up, it's okay. I just make sure I don't push too hard. I don't want to stretch the material out too much. But because it is on the inside, it means I have padding here, which I quite like. The idea that I have a padding between me and the outside world with my phone. So this is good, and the my phone does quite comfortably fit into the side pockets as well, which I think is nice because like I'm shopping in the grocery store, I put this in my pocket because I've got my grocery list in it. I don't want to keep going in and out of there. Pretty much a standard zipper. I have had no hassles with the zipper at all the way up. Let's do this arm. The inside of the sleeve is that kind of quilted, shiny, rayon kind of material, and I think I kind of like that because it means getting in and out of the thing is much easier than if it had been fully fleeced. That would be kind of awkward. So having that in there is really nice. The hood is got these nice ribs here, so it doesn't come just to like a pardon the pucker was hanging on a hook in my bedroom. So it's a nice, not too deep, but it comes in like this. And if I'm wearing a hat, like I frequently wear hats with brims, so it usually comes like this, and that's quite nice. It is moderately water resistant, like a mist, light rain. Other than the thing of that, it's going to get through on you. But again, this is my go-to jacket. I go from the house to the car, from the car to work, and back again. I wear it in the weekends, and hopefully better weather. If it's going to be really horrible, I won't wear this in that kind of weather. Now, this fleece-lined sweatshirt is good for me to about 32 degrees. I'm quite comfortable with that. Below that, I'm going to be putting like a mid-layer on, and I usually just throw a pullover fleece shirt. I think my favorite one is from the Big Dog brand. And if it gets really cold, I will make this my mid layer, and then I will put a little bean polyfill coat on over that, and it works quite well because the LA Bean doesn't have a hood, and this does. But yeah, this has been an excellent, just general purpose sweatshirt, and I think it's very well constructed and it's very comfortable. Pocket on the inside, which I think is absolutely standard. on many working type sweatshirts, but it should be on all of them. If it's designed for people who are working for a work person, you really need a phone pocket in here. The two things I didn't, oh shoot, there's one thing I wanted to show you. I forgot to, I had to have my thing zippered. Let me see if I can zipper this sitting down. A little more problematic when I'm sitting. Here we go. Now it comes up really nice and high. So if I've got the hood in like this, it's very comfortable. But one of the things I really like is right here. This little triangular piece of fabric covers the top of the zipper. So when you have it in the up position, you don't come in contact with the zipper. It's incredibly simple. And I don't think I've ever seen it on another sweatshirt. And so I was just like, that's genius. And it works really well because I have zipped it all the way up. At least a couple of times I've worn it in the last season. Now, there are two things I didn't like about this. One, there's no neck loop for hanging it up, which is why there's a pucker in the hood, because I had the hook hanging on a coat hook in my bedroom where I hang my bathrobe and stuff like that. And I really like having a loop at the neck for hanging it on hooks. But in addition, I like it at work, because even though we have hangers at work, I always pass the top of the hanger through that little hanging hook, and then I put it up, put the hanger on as normal, and hang it on the coat rack. The reason I do that, because I work with barbarians, and if you don't have something to secure your jacket to the hanger, and they just happen to knock your hanger on the ground, they will just leave it there. And I work in a factory, so the ground isn't necessarily the cleanest thing in the universe, even though we sweep it regularly. There's lots of noxious chemicals around that you don't want on your clothing. Not to mention it's near the fridge. There's potential, food contamination or even water just from the ice cubes. So yeah, that's what my coworkers do. So I've been having to put it on a hanger and then zip the entire thing up so that I know that it's going to stay on the hanger. My wife is said she's going to take the hood pull. I don't like hood pulls, so I always remove them. She's going to use the hood pull to make me a hook, which is excellent. So I'll have that solved. And the last thing is, let me get my chair back out of the way, is this pocket. Now, if you look at the pocket, it looks like a pretty standard pocket. It's got square corners on both sides. Again, my phone fits in there perfect. But it's got this secondary pocket right here. And this pocket is at an angle. It does not have corners. And I think it's for keys, because it wasn't advertised on the website. It wasn't discussed in the review I read. But I find this both irritating because I don't use it and I don't want it, but it keeps, my hand keeps hitting it. And I find it useless, because if I put an object in that pocket, there's nothing retaining that object. And so when you sit down, it's at an angle, you're sitting down, now it's like this. So now the pocket is almost parallel to the surface you are sitting on, which means that potentially, particularly if you've got your coat unzipped and you're moving, say you're sitting down in a car or in a restaurant or just on a bus or something, there's the potential that objects in that pocket could just fall out. Whereas if they're in the larger pocket that has right angle corners, it's much less likely something is going to fall out because you have the corners retaining the object. So I'm not sure what they designed that pocket for. I surmise throwing your keys in there so that the keys don't come on contact with your hand if you've got your hand in there to keep it warm. I can almost see the logic behind that, but the fact that you have the potential of having your keys just fall out of your pocket anywhere you happen to be when you stand up or when you sit down, I see that as a major problem. I'm not going to take it out of the coat because that would be ugly. I don't want to damage the coat because there's all the very good possibility if I ever get tired of this thing, I'll just donate it to somebody and they should be able to use the useless pocket if they want to. But at the moment, I'm really liking this thing. It's gone through one winter season here in New England, and it did that with flying colors. Well, half a season. And this became my go-to coat. And on the weekends, in the weather that it wasn't, uber cold, it became, again, my go-to coat. Though on the weekends, I tend to wear wool sweaters under my, as my mid layer as opposed to my, I carry the fleece because, again, it's more durable. It's easier to get on and off. And I wear short sleeve shirts when I'm going at work. So I don't want wool on against my skin. I always wear long sleeve shirts when I'm wearing a wool sweater. Um, so yeah, I'm really happy with this Wrangler hoodie. Good hood, comfortable, durable, inside pocket. It's got lots of things going for it. Lacking the loop at the neck is a me thing. There's probably lots of people that may never even notice that kind of situation. So that's not something they're concerned with. And the weird pocket here on the right side, yeah, I don't quite grok why that one's there. So if you're looking for something that is a good medium weight, it's not a heavy duty weight, but good medium weight coat to get you to your work site, and you can use it, and it's fairly durable, and it's not overly expensive. So if you end up having to put wear on it, you're not going to be breaking the bank. Because I know lots of guys and women out there are working jobs that doesn't require a lot of rough, you know, interaction between themselves and the world. I work in a factory. I wear gloves and sleeves and stuff, but I'm not wearing this when I'm running the press. So I don't have a lot of interaction with the world that's going to cause a lot of abrasions on this thing. But if you're working construction or you're a trucker or lots of jobs like that, you could in fact do that. And this is a nice durable material, and I really happen to like the comfort level. So if you're looking for something like this, I think that this Wrangler, this model of Wrangler sweatshirt should be of use to you, and maybe you'll get a good deal on it. I don't know if Walmart's carrying them at all any longer, and you may have to go to like Wrangler proper, and I did not check to see what they were charging for this. I just went to Walmart because that's what the person that did the review I read had talked about, going to Walmart. So that's what I did, and I got a good deal. So I was happy with that. So thank you for being here. Hope that you enjoyed the review, and I hope you'll come back for the next one.